Hello, every people of the ASIM game house of the Empire, whatever you want to call it. So, I heard you want to know some tips and tricks and some things on how to play Creepy Cross, and I have come to tell you a narrative of how to Creepy Cross, where it's a new ASIM game, as you've heard. I'm going to tell you all of the new and cool things that they're going to do in that game. So, here we go. First, we're talking about the Seekers and Hiders. Hiders, which are the survivors, will have a stamina mechanic, while Seekers, which are the killers, won't have stamina. So, like just how Slasher was in Friday the 13th in the game, Forsaken, and March 17th with John Doe. Yep, basically what it's saying right here is that if you are a hider, you will probably have a stamina system of about 100 or 80. And the killers will not have a stamina bar because, well, they're killers. The Creepy Cross. The Creepy Cross will be a cross that will replace the classic DVD hooks, but it won't work the same way. The cross is tall. The hiders won't be able to unhook. So TGE game will have a bar that would slowly be filled, and when the bar is fully charged, the cross will turn into a kind of TV static and then turn into a smoke, and the cross disappears, and the hiders will be free. If the Seeker camps the cross, the regression bar of the hider will start charging, so the Seeker don't get the hider out of the cross. So basically what this is saying is that there's going to be a regression bar on the cross, and it's going to disappear, and the timer will stop if the killer decides to camp the bar, basically. And you go to get crucified one time. The second time you get caught, the more replays instantly. After the cross is used to crucify a hider, the cross will disappear and never appear again. But of course, there's crosses for the exact number of hiders in the round, so if the Seeker wins, all the crosses will be gone. I like this concept. This is a really great concept for you all to know, basically. And yeah, it sounds very interesting. The Creepy Generators. The puzzle will be almost the same as Dead by Daylight, but it will have more points to click on the right time, like the chest puzzle in the Pillar Chase 2 Recode. And if you miss one of these puzzles, the generator will make a mini explosion and revealing location to the Seeker. So basically, it is basically like the DVD generators. If you fail one of those quick time events, the generator explodes and the hider will see you, kind of like how Dead by Daylight works. Because as you saw from the last video I made about the game, it's based off of Dead by Daylight, so it makes sense. The Wiggle. Hiders will have a wiggle mini-game, but the hiders won't be able to free themselves. Instead, they'll just slow the Seeker down. The only way to free from the wiggle is if another hider stuns the Seeker with the pallet or blinding him. And a wiggle theme will play during the wiggle part, which will match the atmosphere of the scenario. These cases will be like Friday the 13th, the game, and Dead by Daylight. First, you'll have to complete all of the 5 creepy generators to restore the power. After restoring your power, you will go to the second and last task, which is try to escape. Now, just like in Friday the 13th, the game, you'll have to do the other task around the map in order to find an escape route. And each map will have each part of the map. I think that's what this would say. Each map will have at least 2 escape routes. And for those who never played Friday the 13th, the game is basically like the Pillar Chase 2 Recode, which has almost the same idea. Example, Friday the 13th, the game, you could escape with the boat, with car and police. And Creepy Cross will have the same idea after completing the 5 generators. Basically, the wiggle system is basically it's not a way to free yourself. It's just a way to call service or help so they can stun the killer. There's gonna be separate themes, I think, for all killers, like Voidborn, and Face Aid or for Facade, which already got a struggle theme for that. So yeah, I'm very glad about that. I really want to see what happens. Last Man Standing. A Last Man Standing system will teleport the Seeker and the Hider to a customized map, depending on who the Seeker is. And when it starts a cutscene with the Seeker and the Hider will play, and after the cutscene, the LMS starts while the LMS theme is playing. The Hider will have survive 2 minutes against the Seeker, and the Hider will receive more stamina. At some moment near the end, the exit will open, and the Hider will have to run to the exit to survive. This is a really great idea. I could definitely see it. It's like kind of reminds me of another racing game that I played on this YouTube channel before called Timeless, which basically you have like a minute to escape from a certain pathway before it shuts down on you and you win, but it's mostly helicopter. So, yeah, really good. And I can't wait to see the cutscenes. Chase effects. While being chased, Scream will gain some effects. Example, when you're being chased by the Misery, Scream will turn black and white like the old cartoon effects. The game has 4 terror radiuses. Chase starts quotes. Chase ends quotes with animation. And when the quote starts, the Seeker will slow it down and say his quote to look more intimidating. Then after the quote is done, the Seeker gains a speed boost with a small duration just to balance the game. And chase ends can have 2 different quotes. A quote when the hider escapes chase and a quote when hider gets caught in the chase. Cool. Mori. When the Seeker's in a Mori animation, all the tasks and generators and basically everything the hiders can interact with will be blocked, so the hiders don't progress in the game until the animation of the Mori ends. This is a really good idea, because I think in Dead by Daylight, they actually just made it so that survivors can actually move during kill animations, kind of like how Forsaken does it. Like when you kill someone, everyone just keeps moving around so they can stun you after the kill animation is done. So yeah, this fits the bill a lot. Pallets. The pallets will be destroyed more faster than the original pallets from Dead by Daylight. The stun time changes depending on the scenario to balance the game. This, my friends, basically means that if you are basically a Seeker, getting to characters in this game will be a lot more faster than they were in the actual original Dead by Daylight. Cool. Safety mechanism, just like in Friday the 13th, the game hiders can jump through windows, which the Seeker will be able to break. So hiders gain bleeding when they pass through it. They also be able to lock the doors, which forces the Seeker to break the door to get in. They also be able to hide under the cabinets and under beds and hold their breath. Seekers also be able to turn off stuff from these cabins, like the energy as an example. Cool. Basically, this means that Seekers can sabotage pieces of the place, like windows. If they break the glass and you run through it, you gain bleeding effect, which takes down a little bit of your health. Basically. Cool. The Seekers will be able to place customized traps on the task and generators to catch the hiders by surprise. Each trap does a different thing to the hiders who got trapped, but all of them do one thing in common. They all reveal the hiders' locations to the Seeker, and the hiders can remove the traps when they need to be careful and pay attention. If there's any other trap in the generator or task, the Seekers will also be able to damage the generator to slow down the hiders' process or progress. I really do like the customized trap thingy like I talked about last time. I can't wait to see what kind of custom traps they're going to make. Like 2011X might get like a wooden stake to commemorate to the versus Song DXE mod. Kind of like that, kind of, the wood stakes. Maybe Facade's definitely going to have like a shadow puddle. The Misery will probably have like a syringe pit, maybe, and the Imposter. And they're gonna add more characters with cool traps like Cool Kid, Mr. Hops, the Imposter, and the Outcast, which is basically Guest 6066. Fun, very very fun. By the way, these are the Danger Stage icons. Danger Stage icons are basically an icon of each color that will appear in the corner of the hider screens. And today, there's 5 of these icons. And basically, when the number of the Danger Stage icon increases, the Seeker's getting closer. So we have, and I'm now going to talk to you about what Danger Stages there are. Danger Stage Null. Seeker is nowhere near. Seeker's 13 meters away. Seeker gets happier. And Seeker gets scarier. Seeker gets scarier, plus starts to leave the board of the icon. Seeker gets happier, head starts twisting like FNAF. Chase starts and Chase Seeker gets scarier, starts smiling, look at the players playing the game straight into his eyes. Head a little to the side, Chase ends. The icon of the Chase will make a transition, turn into Danger Stage Null, basically. This looks pretty cool. I really like that they're doing that. It really gives a good indicator on how close they are to you. That's all we need. So anyways, that's my little narration thing for CREEPYCROSS, and I hope y'all enjoyed it, because that is how you CREEPYCROSS.